I don't know how to get my chat box working on there at all. Not one bit. Because if I put something in the chat box that I've got on screen, why can't I see it? I can't. It's there. But nothing comes up on there. And I don't know why not. So I'll just have to turn that off for now, I expect. Oh well. I thought I'd figured it out, but obviously not. I think that probably means my alerts don't work either. Anyway, I dug out these old speakers, so I'm going to put them in here, and they're going to go on either side of the Proton pack. So I'll need those to come through into the main body of the Proton pack. And I need that wire to come out through the back of those, around the back of the Proton pack. So how do I? Oh, I didn't get an alert, so I don't know. I don't know how to get that to work. I'll have to Google it. Well, thanks. I wonder how I get that to work. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just crack on. Right, so I need... Oh no, it's too big. I thought they might have fit. I didn't even check. Right, so we'll have to get some more PC speakers. Job. Anyway, what I can do is test this. Except I need two separate power sources, I reckon, otherwise the sound is going to be fuzzy, I think. Plug that in there. And we'll plug that in there. And yeah, that already sounds fuzzy. There's no noise. Right. Okay, why isn't there any noise? It could be everything to do with this hub because it's very old and very broken. I don't think I've got another one to test it with. Let me just test it without. Make sure the sound is still working. Let's bypass that hub. So it does still work. So that tells me that it's the hub that's the problem. Okay. Well, I can get rid of these unless I put the speakers somewhere else. Nah, there's no room for them. Unless they were up here. Possibly. Possibly I could put them in there. And then I could have the whole speaker holes in the top so you wouldn't see them. And then the wires can come straight down this pipe. That is an idea. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found another hub. Well, no, I have found another hub. Right, okay. So we'll plug the hub in there. We'll plug that in there. We'll plug these in there. And that in there. Oh. Oh dear. That is not a good noise. It does not like being plugged into the same power source as this. So if I were to use those speakers, it would need its own separate power source, which isn't a problem. I just wish I had this one charged up so I could test it. But I don't, so I can't. But even though it was bad quality, that told me that it does work. It just needs to have a separate power source so that they're not both plugged into this same thing and there's no feedback. So experiment done, experiment successful. Okay, so I don't need to put the speakers in there. I need to put them in here. So I need to cut a bigger hole in there. Try not to stab myself with the knife. I should glue these down really, but I just know as soon as I do, I'll need to do something with it not being glued down. Bosh. Now once everything in here is situated, this is all going to be glued onto another back plate, so it doesn't matter about having holes in there. I just need it to stay somewhere. Right. If I feed these to the best of my ability down that hole, it's just getting it to fit. And then come out the other side. Because the hole on, oh man, I'm going to have to make a bigger hole in the underside. Let's see. It's just getting the angle. See, it's not a straight shot down there. It's going to be difficult. Very difficult. If I can just grab it between my fingers somehow. Yes, got it. Right, this one. This one should be easier, seeing as it's smaller. Got it. Fantastic. You need to move out of the way. Right. Are you going to both fit? Not especially, unless I do some the fitting that way. It's just that, is that going to impact the sound any? I might have to get a smaller speaker. Because although they do fit in there, I don't know if they're going to be happy about it. I mean, they barely fit in there. That's a shame. Damn. I thought I was onto something there. But obviously not. I think what I can do is glue these down. But first, I'm going to send this wire through the wall of there, I think. Are they glued together? Yes. No, I won't. I'll just wait for the extension to come and I'll send it down that pipe. And then it can join, come down there and through there like everything else. Come down here. I've got some lights on order. They're coming from a shop called B&Q. They cost £3. Some fairy lights, USB fairy lights. So I think they just come on rather than flash in. And they can't change colours, so it should work. Right, so it might be time to fasten these on either side. So I'm going to have to cable tie them in order to keep them secure. I think I'll have them down here, right at the bottom. Or would they look better there? I think down at the bottom. So what I need is... Why's the chat box come back on? Get lost. That was odd. I think that's probably the biggest one. So I need to mark. In fact, if I just hold it up to the back, I might be able to just drill straight through into both. Depends how far can I can reach to the bottom, so I should be able to thread them through. Hold that there. Wow. I know you can't see me right now. If anybody's ever even watching this. But now it's a matter of getting that through and then getting it back through the other one. I'm trying not to let the holes shift. But it's going to prove a little fiddly, I think. Haha, got it. Don't let it go. Alright, so that is tight on there now, so I don't have to worry so much about holding it there anymore. But this one, I've got to reach all the way down to the bottom of the can. And then try and feed it through that second hole. Which is going to be very difficult. Very difficult indeed. It's going to be just me fiddling with this for the next 45 minutes, getting increasingly angry. Can't even see what I'm doing. How the hell am I going to do that? How the hell am I going to do that? Oh, have you just fallen out? Yes, you have. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. There's no good angle for me to put it on. Just move that out of the way. My hand's too big. I might have to get my son to do it. Unless I just cut the bottom off and then glue it back on. That seems like a viable option, doesn't it? Say yes. Because that's what's happening. Probably should have thought of this before I fastened the top one. But I don't fancy struggling to do that again. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Ha ha ha! Much easier. Just need to try and thread that through there. Threaded. Right. So I'll need to glue that back on. I don't think I'll need a middle one. I'll just put some hot glue down this side and that should keep it, because now it's not going to have speakers inside these. It's not going to have any extra weight it needs to hold up, so it should be held fine with cable ties and hot glue. So now I need to do the same with this one. Bit further. Okay. Try my hardest not to drill through my finger. Okay. Come on. Thank you. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. So now I need to get one in this side. Haha. It's nice when it goes right, isn't it? Ignore the bottom flaps, they'll glue back. But they're on there, thankfully. So I'll plug the glue gun in. I'll probably put some more greeblies on the top of these, so I won't affix those just yet. But I am going to glue the bottom back on and glue these down. That is what I'm going to do. Right, I had a cool little bottle top I found yesterday, but I don't know where it went. I chucked it in my greebly drawer and now it's lost forever. But that one's cool. I like that one. Too bright. There you go. That's cool. I like that. That'll go somewhere. Who knows where it went? But I've got some cool tubing. That might go in there somewhere. Like that, perhaps. Perhaps. Anyway. Are we warmed up? Let's see. Kind of. You'd never know they were cut off. Unless you look at it. Then you probably would. But it's really starting to come together now. It's at that stage where it doesn't look like much, but as soon as I prime it and it all looks like one piece, then that's when it begins to take shape. Right, that's fastened. Okay, cool, they're back on now. No flappy bottoms. So I'm going to put that to one side for a moment while I work on these lids. Could do with another paint, but I'm going to get sprayed with primer anyway, so that doesn't matter. I'm thinking I'm going to put one on there like that, and then that one on there. That's just a small bottle of water. Small bottle top. I'm not sure what that's from. Maybe some kind of laundry detergent. Something like it. So in fact, I might need to sand that off in order for it to stick properly. It kind of helped in a way because it shows me where I've sanded. It's very odd when you don't live near the sea when you can hear seagulls, or rather just gulls, I suppose they should be called. There we go. Now then, that is a very thin lip, so I might have to fill that with cardboard so it's got more of a base to glue onto. I mean, it may not look like much, but that glue gun holster is one of the best things I've ever made. It's so helpful. I mean, it wasn't hard to make. So if you're watching this and you'd like to make one for yourself, I mean, just go for it. Work to your own pattern, or I've got a video of me making it if you wanted to watch that to get an idea. But it's really just a box with some desk attachments on it. But it's so much easier just to slot it in there rather than having to find somewhere on the desk to put it down. Hold that there while it dries. Thought that was thunder for a second. It's just some workmen across the street. I don't have a view account on OBS. Not that anybody's watching, but it'd be nice to know if anybody was. There we go, that's on there. And I wonder why my alerts don't work. I thought I'd done it all properly. I might have to watch a tutorial. Card. Nearly there. One more should do it. There we go, that's more or less the same height. Might have that tube coming out the top of this one. Perhaps. There we go. Right then, where did that tube go? Did I put it back? Yes. Mind you, if I use that big of a drill bit, it might just rip that off there completely. So I might put it in that one instead. And then I could have it going straight up into there. I could do that. All right. Yeah, definitely needs something. Not quite. That one. Thought I'd lost my drill then. Where did you come from? Wasn't there. Too small. There? Must have been. Must have been, mate. Come on. I think the hot glue was giving it problems. As is often the case. pretty sure I can hear Fleetwood Mac coming from outside. Might need to go up a size on the drill bit, to be honest. All this just to get a pipe in a hole. Eh. But it's in there. But it is lifting up slightly. Let's see. Get it threaded through a bit more. And then I can glue around the edge. Like that. Wax them on there. Try not to burn my finger like I'm prone to doing. And now I'm covered in hot glue string. Ace. Get off. Right, okay. I mean, how? It's attached somewhere, like a bleeding spider. All right. Threads everywhere. I'll put some round there as well. Oh dear, I'd love to know what it is up here that makes my nose run. All right. If that goes straight into that, means I need to put a hole in there. There we are. Now we've got a tube going from here up to there. And that side opens. So that I can glue in there. Very dark though, I can't see what I'm doing especially. Alright, stop moving. I will seal that eventually. Right. There we are. That one's on there. And that tube is going into there. Apparently my USB cord's been delivered. We'll see about that. I will be right back. It has. Right. The extension I was using with the switch on it can come off, and I'll replace it with that later on. So that's cool. Right. That tube will be getting painted black with the rest of it. So it's not just going to look like a clear tube. Actually, once I've primed it, I might paint it blue or red. But either way, it's not going to be clear. I need something for there. I know the speakers are going to be in there, but I need something on the face of it, like some kind of dial, like digital or analog. It doesn't really matter at this point. Even something like a barometer, as long as it's got something that moves. That's all I really need. But it's getting there. Obviously, I'll be masking these off when I paint it, so they'll be staying like that. But I'll weather them. I'm going to weather them in a minute, I think. I just really need something to go in there. I think I can unplug my glue gun now, so it doesn't massacre the glue stick. Actually, what I do need to do is go around this edge and fill it in, and for that I'm going to use my foam clay, which I haven't used for a little bit now. I don't think I've used it since I did my sci-fi rifle. Right. I just need to go around this edge and fill it in, basically. So that there isn't just this massive ridge. So far, so good. I'm hoping to have this completely done and ready to rock by Halloween. But it's going to be getting the lights and the sounds working properly. It's going to be the main part. Because I could just buy, well, you can just buy kits, Ghostbusters Proton Pack light and sound kits, but they cost about 70 quid, and I'm not paying that. I'd rather figure something out myself. Which I think I have. It's just going to come down to trial and error. On the official kit, well, I say official, the kit that everybody uses needs a lot of soldering, and I'm no good at it. Well, I say that, I think the soldering kit that I've got is just cheap and doesn't work properly. Okay, that's created a bit more of a cohesive piece. Once that's painted all the same colour, it should blend in. I mean, obviously it's not going to be perfect, but it might look like a weld, which is fine by me. Don't think I need to put any anywhere else. I could cover the cable ties, to be honest. Just with, is it going to stay stuck to this? I'm not convinced it is. I mean, this might look really raggedy, but it is pretty smooth, apart from here. All that you can see. But I'm sure once it's primed and painted, it's all going to be black anyway, so that'll help. Don't think I need to add anything else anywhere. Nah, not especially. Alright. That's where we are at the moment. I think it looks enough like a proton pack that if you didn't know what I was making and you saw it, I think you would know what it was. Right. I should get on with weathering these, really. Right. That's too close, isn't it? Can I zoom out a bit? How's that? Right. Have a quick tidy before I get the right, I need a palette. I wonder if that's going to come off in a really satisfying. Yes, it is. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. Nice. Right. I need light rust and standard rust. Try not to get any on my fingers because it gets everywhere. I should get some clean water, really. But I haven't. I think that brush is too big. I didn't mean to put that back in there. I meant to put it in there. There we go. That's more or less clean. Clean as I'm going to get it anyway. Yeah, I don't really need to put any on the top because that's going to be sprayed black, so I'll come back and do that after I've done everything else. Alright, I think that's that one done. Whoops. Right. Now I need to do the light rust. It looks much the same colour, but I think it dries differently. We'll soon see, anyway. I'm not convinced it's much different, to be honest. Might have to do a grey instead. Dry mud. That's very watery. That's a bit more of a contrast. Might put some ectoplasm on it as well, to be honest. Dab a bit of that off. So it smears. So it looks more like dirt than painted on. Adding some silver pen so it looks like bare metal underneath. At least that's the aim. You can't see that. I just need to be able to see what I'm doing for a minute. That looks pretty cool. Don't know if you can see the detail from there. Just mucking it up a little bit. And then I need to give it a matte clear coat to stop it rubbing off. Or I could maybe use Mod Podge. It does say matte on it. So I'll give it a whirl, I suppose. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Just the bits that I've added, just the weathering. Just to seal it in. think that's all of it. Yes. I should change that water. It's starting to smell. Gross. Right. How long have we been on? An hour and 58. Right, well, I think that is probably it for today. I've got done everything that I set out to do in today's stream. I fixed the cylinders, I weathered the cylinders, I tested out my speakers, they're too big. This was an addition I wasn't expecting, but I like it. And I've added a lip around there just to smooth the transition between the base and the faceplate. So yeah, I just need something for here. That's all I'm missing now, really. And then I can spray it. So I might work on something else tomorrow until I've sorted out something to put in there. And depending on when my lights come, that might be Friday or Saturday even, maybe. So it looks looking like Monday will be the next time I work on this, unless something incredible happens between now and then. So thanks for watching. Check out my Instagram, beardybuilds_, where I'll post pictures and stuff, reels and whatnot, so you can get a closer look at everything I've done. And I'll see you next time, I reckon. So let's do a bye.